Dismissive avoidant attachment doesn't come from a lack of love. It comes from learning, early, that needing others is unsafe, unpredictable, or costly. Today we're going to talk about how dismissive avoidance forms, not to blame parents or relive the past, but to understand how certain family dynamics quietly shape adult relationships. Understanding this matters. Before we begin, I want to be clear about something. This episode is not about assigning fault. It's about understanding adaptation. Children don't choose attachment strategies. They develop them to survive the emotional environment they're born into. Dismissive avoidance is one of those adaptations. Dismissive avoidance often forms when a child learns that emotional needs are not consistently met, or relying on others creates instability, so the nervous system adapts. The child learns to minimize needs, self-soothe early, and rely on competence rather than connection. Over time, self-reliance becomes safety. This is not emotional coldness, it's emotional efficiency. One of the most common threads is early paternal absence, whether temporary or permanent, especially between the ages of 5 and 9. At that age, children don't analyze loss, they interpret it. And many interpret it as people leave. Needing someone leads to pain. Rather than clinging harder, many children shut down need altogether. That shutdown later shows up in adult relationships as emotional distance and discomfort with dependency, not because love isn't wanted, but because loss once felt unbearable. Another common factor is being the oldest child. Oldest children are often expected to be responsible, help manage younger siblings, and be the strong one. This can lead to parentification. The message absorbed is, my value comes from what I provide, not what I need. Later, emotional needs can feel like weakness. Many describe complicated relationships with mothers, not necessarily because care was absent, but because it felt inconsistent, intrusive, or emotionally unpredictable. When emotional expression leads to chaos, the nervous system learns to suppress it. Control feels safer than connection. Distance feels safer than vulnerability. At the same time, many idealize caregivers who were steady, duty-bound, and emotionally contained. The lesson learned is, emotions create problems. Structure keeps things together. If you recognize yourself in this, you didn't choose self-reliance because you were superior. You chose it because it worked. It kept you functioning. It kept you safe. But strategies that protect us early don't always support intimacy later. Someone's childhood can explain their limits. It does not remove them. You can understand exactly why someone learned to detach and still decide that you cannot build a relationship with someone who cannot tolerate emotional closeness. Self-reliance wasn't chosen, it was assigned, but adulthood offers a choice if someone is willing to do the work. In the next episode, we're going to talk about why dismissive avoidants are often drawn to deeply empathic partners and why those very qualities can later trigger withdrawal. If you've ever wondered, if closeness scares them, why did they choose me? That episode will answer it. Understanding brings compassion, but compassion does not require self-abandonment.